All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Back again. You gonna be able to stay up a little bit, Ron?
I think I can make my 10 curfew. Wait, that's 1 hour.
That's right. You're 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Boy, that would be a 13-hour stream. I'm sure it's been done. Back in the Ustream days, people were doing 24-hour streams.
So what are you starting off with today?
The two that you might know the name of the person or the ID. Whoa. Push that ink on my brush hang here too much, but that's all right. I need it good and juicy for snake eyes. Yeah. So his two Joe pieces that I didn't get to right at the end of last night. So do you feel refreshed now?
Very refreshed. Sleep does that for people. Not you. You don't sleep, but
I sleep I do sleep. I go to sleep fast. So I imagine we're pretty early for most people from last night. But I assume some will trickle in as the word gets out. It is once again happening live. See, when you go radio silent like that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yes. Wake up.
That's right. You said you slept like a roasted pig.
With an apple in my mouth.
Where did the apple in the mouth come from?
Oh, I don't know.
Couldn't have been flavoring, right? Maybe it was to make the pig look more appetizing. I don't know. Roasted pig looks kind of appetizing anyway to me.
It's purely aesthetic.
Is that what it says? Did you look at it?
Yes, I Googled it. Did you know that why do they put an apple in? And if you type that much, a pig's mouth is the most common searched. Which is refreshing.
That is very funny. Yeah, that's funny. So that means it's the top searched.
When you type, why do they put an apple in?
Yeah.
It's not any other body orifice.
Right.
Oy.
Or other perverse thing.
Yes.
That's kind of good to know. Kind of good to know that, because if something else came up, it would be kind of weird. Boy, it's not even apple pie.
Well, good morning, formerly Rodline. He's here. He said, John, I messaged Alberto. He was very complimentary of you, and he was curious to see what you said. So he told him to watch last night's stream.
Well, that would be a long stream for him to watch to get to the mention. Unless you could give him a time on it. But it's good to know that
he said he gave him a timestamp.
Oh, okay, perfect. Alberto was maybe paranoid I said something negative about it. No, he's not like that. He's a good guy. Well, welcome back, Rod. Hope you had a decent sleep last night.
Well, he said thanks. Out, he just saw Jim Lee bailed out of Emerald City. Is that old news? And it is very old news because they've completely canceled and moved to a different date, Emerald City.
Yeah, they just don't have the date yet. I think we talked about that last night.
We did.
Because I was thinking Emerald City was this weekend, and I'm like, wait a minute, how did they do yesterday or Thursday? Yeah, how did they do Thursday, and now they're canceling Friday? But apparently, it was this coming, not this weekend, but next weekend. But I think all things considered, like we said last night, Ron, they probably did the right thing.
Oh, absolutely.
They probably would have had a very low turnout, and I think also, I hate to say it, but there probably would have been a lot of negativity that they continued to show.
Well, he says he's getting mixed messages. People are saying not to panic, and then you see all the conferences being called off.
Well, the way I look at it is they're just being cautious. You don't see malls closing down, so I think it's just a matter of where a lot of people are going to congregate. They might want to, especially people from, I mean, even in a mall, though, you're going to get people from everywhere. But I think a conference or something, people are coming from all over the world, right, Ron?
Oh,
So
yeah.
they're gonna kind of really want to, just say, hey, for everybody involved, where your local shopping mall or something. And we have Bike Week started yesterday, and I don't know, I was out too early. Bikers are sleeping in or whatever. It'll be interesting to see. Because there are bikers that come from all over the world. It'll be interesting to see how many, what the final tally of people. Maybe it'll be I don't mind Bike Week because I used to have a bike, but maybe it will be a little less traffic. And maybe not. Who knows? I sure don't.
Well, you know they're doing Rockville and Jackson or Daytona this year.
What's that?
A big music concert they normally do in Jacksonville. It's going to be at the Raceway.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think you're going to that, right?
No, I was going to, but I mean, I've already seen Metallica. They have some really good bands there, though. That's Call Weekend.
But you were going to see Ozzy.
I was, yeah, and that one was canceled.
Probably by him. Sharon!
Yeah, not by Cher. She's like, no, get to work. Oh, Rod says it's sure better safe than sorry. The news keeps saying it's no worse than the regular flu, so he hopes that's the case. You don't see conventions closing and hand sanitizer running out every flu season, though. He hopes it's no worse than the flu. And I think that's what we all hope.
Well, I think it's already worse than the flu.
Mhm.
Just because of the amount of people that have contracted it. But I know what you mean, the actual effects. It's definitely spread. I'm kind of, I wasn't thinking it was going to be so huge either, but apparently, Ron, I have no idea what I'm talking about, which that's why I'm not a doctor or in the medical field. my advice is not good. They don't want my stinking advice. Because I just tell them, suck it up.
Walk it off.
There were some heavy footsteps going by. Did you catch that?
I didn't.
Wow.
So, comment question: when did Snake Eyes go from the 2-round eye mask to the visor thing?
I have no idea. I didn't even know Snake Eyes was part of the original G.I. Joe. Like from G.I. Joe 1. I never knew it.
ALD Adams here. Good morning.
Hey, Adam. Are these his pieces?
Pardon?
Were these his pieces? The Joe stuff?
No. That's AA Ron.
Oh, okay.
Adams will be a bit later. You have the cap sketch, the front view. You still have the shredder of his.
No.
Is that
ALD is the other cap. No, that's. Wait a minute. I'm confused. Adam Volt got
Iron
shredder.
Man.
Iron Man. That's right. Okay.
Iron Man, yeah.
Well, welcome back to the continuation of the stream from last night, ALD.
Yep. He says you made him the Iron Man last night. ALD says the Snake Eyes looks great though.
Yeah, I always have fun doing him. Of course, I like characters in black costumes. They're fun. That was quite a good crowd we had last night. A lot of fun.
Good turnout.
Yeah. Indeed it was. Indeed, indeed.
Can that ink be thinned with water?
I have no idea. I'm sure it can be. If I just dip the tip in some water, I'm sure it can be. But the ink is actually in this tube here. So the only way to thin it would be just to dip the tip into water. Speaking of ink, I need to pour some more out so I don't want to use all the ink in that little thing. So time to get the real, got some Pelican drawing ink going in. So I can really hit these blacks without going through all the ink in that little reservoir there. I don't have I have another one, but I don't have an extra reservoir to put on that one. I would have to stop and fill it up with real ink, which may happen today. We'll see. They actually, surprisingly, they hold quite a bit of ink.
I still have that those 2 old bottles to bring you.
Man, that's the stuff there, but I bet that ink is probably not good anymore.
Probably not.
It's probably seen too many centuries of just sitting, and it's probably like sludge.
Well, not centuries, but definitely 3 decades.
Oh yeah, decades. I meant. Did you even look? Did they have an expiration date? I don't think ink does, but I'm just saying, I think if it's just set on a shelf with different temperatures and humidity levels and stuff, it's probably even through the bottle cap. I would have to imagine that it's pretty messed up.
I would say yes. When you tip it sideways, half of it's still solid form.
Yeah. You squeeze the bottle and you feel something hard on one side. So do we have everybody? Are we chatting? We got 6 people. And there's Lloyd. Hey, he changed his name. And he's on YouTube. And
Kidney
Mike,
lady.
Mike Zeck is calling me.
Uh-oh.
Let me see what's going on real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, back.
Well,
Can
then
you hear?
welcome back. Yes.
Little free comic book day possibility.
Cool. Well, since you were gone, ALD asked if you and Mike were going to be any cons together this year. I told him Cincinnati that I knew of.
Yeah, that's the only one that Mike's committed to right now. It may be the only one out here. I don't know.
Yep. So he said it'd be great to try to get a commission that you both work on, to which I told him that is always a great thing. And he said it's not too far from him. So
yeah.
I was recommending that he get a VIP pass to that con to get in early because you guys together, you fill up fast.
Yeah, that's true. The commission list will fill up
before 10. Yeah, before the show starts, it's filled.
Let's see. Where's that?
Lloyd was worried. He thought he was going deaf. He didn't realize it went to mute mode. So he was like snapping his fingers. And so Davis Comic Finds, he wants to know about any more spots for your $30 list.
I'm currently only taking a possible list, depending on the character. So it's not a guarantee. It's just if I feel like doing more, then I would let you know. That's about the best I can do right at this time. And there is a way to guarantee you get one, and that's to pay the full price, which there's still a wait involved because I do have stuff I need to do. These are just quicker. So there's not as much detail, and I don't spend as much time on them. So it just depends on what your priority is. And I did, this is the only, like on my commissions, I finally decided that these would be the only ones that I will give a few in the States. I can't really do it outside of US. The 6x8s, if you go with the full price, which is $60, you can either choose from a $10 priority, which does have insurance and tracking. Or you can go with free first class, which I'm not going to be responsible for damage or loss or anything like that because it's not being paid for.
He'd like a black suit Spidey if that becomes possible. And Kaz is here and he says, "Good morning." Cool.
Hey, good morning, Kaz. Okay. Just got to get my morning into Kaz.
Mm-hmm.
So what were you saying after that, Ron? I kind of talked over you there.
That's all right. He just would like a black suit Spidey if possible.
Okay. Did you want to put that on the wish if possible list? Because I will start a little list like that, but there's no guarantees. There's, you'll just be on a list, and if I decide to do it, I would either contact you and see if you're still interested, or if it happens today, I would just do it. But okay, so Snake Eyes down. Time to go to Storm Shadow. Thank you, Dr. Kaz, for the compliment. I'll tell you what, the ink that comes in these cartridges is really nice and dense. It's a good black ink. Speaking of which, I almost reached over and instead of getting my water, I almost got my ink water to drink out of, which I've never done, by the way. I've come close. I've actually had it in my hand and then realized wrong. Could you hear that little gulping, Ron?
Oh, yeah.
Of me slurping.
Well, Davis said he's good with that. He just wanted to get one to go with the Batman he had before, if possible. It's his two favorite characters.
Okay. Let's see, which Batman did he get?
Joe 47771 is here. He says, nice snake eyes.
Hey, thanks. Yep.
Somebody request a female. Kaz says, sounds good. He wants a no guarantee drawing too.
Okay. We can arrange that for Mr. Kaz. So are you getting those taken care of, Mr. Ron?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Kaz, what piece do you want? If John has time. And he likes your character. There's a lot of ifs there.
Oh, okay. So Davis got one from last year.
Yes, ALD, his schedule is available. He doesn't have it posted yet. I'll quickly run through the shows, just giving you the dates and the names of the show. His next show is March 21st, Super Jersey Comic Expo. Then he'll go April 16th to MegaCon Orlando. June 19th, Heroes Con Charlotte. July 3rd, Denver Pop Culture Con. September 4th, Dragon Con Atlanta. September 20th, Cincinnati Comic Expo. October 8th, New York Comic Con. October 23rd, Baltimore Comic Con. Cass says he'll be back in a minute. He's getting some coffee.
Good for him. I hope it's a nice cup. I'm probably going to be wishing I had one sometime. Ron, you had a cup of coffee this morning, right? With your breakfast? 2. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm on number 2 still.
I opted for the Monster Energy, the black cherry, no sugar, no carb. But that's been finished for quite a while now. Boy, cup 2, that's a lot for you, Ron. Or not?
No. That's usual.
But then you stop for a while.
For the day.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, 2's about, I don't think I've ever did 3. Usually have 1 in the morning, and then if I need that afternoon cup, I'll get that. But see, I usually get wherever I go. Or if I make it at home, I have more than 1 cup, but it usually equals out to like a large 20 ounce or 24 ounce at Dunkin' or something like that.
Well, Lloyd says he's watching from his phone today, which is why he's on YouTube.
Oh, okay. And I heard a not so loud motorcycle finally go by.
Let's see. 247 Ray. Hey there. Thanks for drawing me. Looks good.
Thank you. Now, is this his or?
No, that's not. Mario wants to make sure. Yeah, we are good, Mario.
Hey, Mario.
Lloyd says that's what happens when it's Daytona Bike Week. Loud bikes. Yep.
Yeah, but the one that went by was a particularly very light. You could barely hear it. That's why I say that one last night that went by sounded like it was just running straight pipes. Because when it went by here, it was loud. Dun, dun, dun. Move that over a little bit. I want to smear no ink, so that's all I'm going to erase right now. But all right, so Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes done. Tackle this front view of Cap. Let's see, anything going on in the chat that I need to know of? Did that guy that emailed you earlier, did he ever come in, Ron, that you know of?
Yeah, he did. It was Davis.
Oh, okay.
So he is on the you'll see our spreadsheet has wish list. He is the first one on that. There's
Okay.
Davis and then there's Kaz. Now Lloyd says it was a Harley with baffles removed. That's why it was so loud.
Could have been. Could have been those illegal straight pipes with nothing on them. We have there's like a there's a thing that usually goes on here where it's like loud pipes save lives, so you can actually hear the loud motorcycles, whereas some of the more silent ones you can't. But then, of course, the city always wants to get involved because people do complain about the noise. So heck, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of these accidents, bikes are already loud, and it's from people drivers not paying attention.
Or the biker is maybe a little inebriated. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
Or they're doing like 180 something miles an hour.
Hooligans, Joe says.
Well, I'll tell you, you just, you never know. I think most people are out just to have a good time, and unexpected can happen. But being raised here in Daytona and stuff, I'm always aware, because year round we still have a biker community here. So I'm always fairly aware of what's around me. Now, are you drinking any fancy coffee, Ron, or are you just having some regular brown water?
Regular, I guess. I mean, it's Starbucks French roast.
How is their French roast? As opposed to, what do they serve if you just go and get their regular drip copy, that Pike?
That's
I'm not a big,
just different flavor.
I'm not a big fan of that Pike, I don't think. Of course, I'm addicted to Dunkin' coffee right now. Although it could be the hazelnut swirl
you put in it.
It's the hazelnut swirl I'm really addicted to. Oh my God. But I found that to even be inconsistent is lately sometimes I don't think they put the swirl in, or maybe it's not as sweet. I don't know.
Well, Lloyd says that he has been to Daytona before. He went to the Daytona 500 last year, and a few years before that, he went to a bike week.
Yes. He was in the middle of the madness. That I get to live through every year. Yeah, you learn to deal with it. I think there's some sort of races going on this week too. Of course, it could be the motorcycle races. I don't know how they could do stock car at the same time, but
Lloyd says it is one big biker party, but there's some
Yeah.
cool brands also.
That's true. I had a 1990 Fat Boy Lloyd. Had it for about 3.5 years. Then I kind of owed some taxes, so had to sell it. Luckily, it held its value. You know what's amazing is that bike would be like 30 years old this year. I know. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, man.
You're probably better off without it down here.
Well, yes and no. Like I said, some people, except during bike week when it's like real crowded, most people are kind of aware, or I hope they are. Of what's, I know I try to be, but that may have been because I used to ride, so I was always aware of what was around me too.
Mm-hmm. Well, Lloyd says Guns N' Roses was one of the bands, and he owned 4 Harleys, 2 Hondas, plus a few others.
Nice. I just had the one. Now I don't think I would. I don't think I would own a bike. At the time I had it, I wasn't married, didn't have a kid. So had time to go out and just putt around.
Well, Lloyd does restoration for a living in his spare time.
I guess that would be of bikes or in general. Could be any metal.
Sure, yeah.
Or fabrication, I guess. Sounds like with that many bikes, though, maybe it's
So in his spare time, he does his own restoration, or he does restoration for a living in his spare time, and he has another awesome job. John, what music do you like? What kind of music?
let's see. I'm all over the board. Not a real big fan of rap or country. I like a lot of the music from the 80s. I really don't know how to classify that because that was kind of all over the board. I like reggae music. I like some rock as long as I'm not really into metal though, like Ron.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like me some AC/DC. That's about probably as hard as I get. Like the Stones. A big fan of Lloyd Cole, who's a really excellent songwriter. Chris Isaac. Man, trying to think who else. I do like Johnny Cash, but I don't consider him country. And I don't mind a country song every now and again. I just couldn't put it on and listen to it all the time, which my wife seems to have taken up. There's a joke in there, but I'm not going there. I'm just staying away from being sarcastic and trying to make a joke because my jokes don't work with her. She seems to think I'm serious all the time.
Oh, Kaz says, good coffee, breakfast of champions, doctors, and intermittent fasters.
That's right. Kaz knows too.
So Kaz didn't say what piece he would want, so I gave him one. I named it Man Spider.
Man Spider.
He likes Spidey villains. I haven't seen him get one of those yet. Kaz, let me know if you want an actual one. What name you want?
Anyone screaming.
Anyone screaming.
That's usually what he tells me. I just pull out my Sylvester Stallone reference to get the mouth correct. Yo, Adrian! Ron, do I seem like I'm making good time on these this morning?
Oh, you're making great time.
Oh, great time, man. That's a good compliment.
Well, Lloyd says your wife should come to the Calgary Stampede. It'd be one big country music party for 10 days.
Hey. What's a lot? Yeah,
Ken Carson here says good morning.
Who's that?
Ken Carson.
Ken Carson, how you doing, man? I thought that's what you said, but I didn't want to look up and...
Nope, no looking up. Keep good
No
time.
looking up. That's right.
Well, Joe said congratulations to whoever got this cap sketch. This is not the giveaway cap, Joe. This is $30 head commission from last night that was left over. So he's just finishing up today. Later next week, John will be working on possibly the giveaway for the 400 subscribers.
Right. And that will be on a sketch cover. And I'm thinking about doing it in color.
Kevin Stahl is here, says good morning, friends.
Hey, Kevin. Welcome. Good morning. All that other good stuff. Have a cup of coffee? Ron, get the man a cup of coffee, would you?
Done and done.
Thank you, sir. Coffee is free and so are refills.
Well, Kaz says he's thinking. What are his options? Their 6x8 slots are open. Is there an opening for an upgrade or a day 3?
Who said that, Kaz? All that? And
Yeah.
let me see. I need to. Yes, Kaz, you don't have to worry about postage because I got stuff coming your way that you've paid shipping on anyway. So, I was gonna say to anybody else, I went over the upgrade. Ron, if you want to take it and run with the 6x8 upgrade, it's basically just a postage thing because I know a lot of people, look, we don't like paying shipping, but I don't make money on shipping. It usually winds up costing me. I get it. That's why we all like Amazon, free shipping. But you know what? We pay $100 every year to be part of Prime to get that free shipping and a few other perks. Yes, that's true. And everything doesn't ship free with Prime. There's certain companies that are outside of the Prime plan, and I think those might be some that are overseas. So if Ron wants to expand upon...
Now you're doing great.
You must be busy on that iPad.
No.
Okay, so it's only on the 6x8 option because
he's wanting to upgrade to 9x12.
Oh, well, here's what I've done with the 9x12s, Dr. Kaz. They're the ones that you've ordered before. Okay, those are still on the list. Ron has the spreadsheet. 9x12s, there's two options now. The $80 option is a headshot. Basically a head and shoulders like what I'm doing now. And then I have a 9x12 torso, which is around the waist up for 150. So instead of a bust where I do a little bit of chest or something, I said, you know what? I'm just going to bring that into the belt buckle, whatever, whatever the hero or heroine, however the suit kind of goes down. Try to get some arms and hands in there. And like I said, for you, I've got stuff that needs to be shipped. So there's, shipping is not an option, but for everyone else, the only on the I can only really do it on the 6x8s, and it's at your own, let's say, risk, for lack of a better term, because I will ship first class 6x8s, but that's it. There's no insurance. There's I don't know if they have tracking or if that's extra or not, but when you tell me first class, I just give you the bare. I will eat the first class shipping, because I mailed some out last week and they were $1.60. Now last year they were $1.40, $1.45, so it's went up 15 cents. But anyway, so the deal is you can pay for the priority shipping, which is $10 on the 6x8s. And I've found that rate to be true by mailing out so many of them on my own dime. So I know that's, and my own shipping supplies. I pack them very nicely so that they are kind of almost as bulletproof from the postal service as possible. So I guess the option is you can either pay the $10 extra, get USPS priority shipping, tracking, and you got a little bit of protection, or you can just opt to pay the $60 on a 6x8, where you get a better drawing. It's more detailed than what I'm putting on in these. I usually do a little ink wash, maybe some splatter, stuff like that. And you can either pay $10 to have priority shipping, or you can just say, I want first class, and take your chances. I maybe got off track there, so if anybody's unclear, just ask. And Ron has the information. It's on a sheet I sent him. If you want the rate sheet, you can email Ron and he can send it to you. I made just a few slight edits on it this morning. Nothing to do with prices, kind of more in the process. The only price change was to the 6x8. If you want first class shipping, that can be included. So it's not even a rate increase. It's kind of a decrease in a sense.
Well, Lloyd's going to look into getting another piece done at the end of the month, and it doesn't bother him about shipping since he's in Canada.
Yeah, I can't do free shipping for him. It's USA only. So I will clarify that. And it does say that on the sheet that Ron has as far as the 6x8. The other pieces, like I said, I'm not doing a first class option on them. It's got to be the priority mail. Because as much good luck as I've had with first class, all it takes is that one. And I had one last year. I think it may have been a free drawing that got damaged, and I felt responsible to redraw it, which I did. So that's that. Hopefully that's clear.
Well, Kaz asked if you could explain shipping again. He said he's kidding.
I didn't look up, but I was going to tell you, he doesn't have to worry about shipping.
He wants to know when we can have a Dr. Saturday.
Oh, I like that.
Kevin Stahl, he's thinking about getting another piece from you to pick up at MegaCon. Lloyd wants you to know that he will be going bigger for his next piece. And then we have a question. ALD says, I have a stereotypical fanboy question for you. What was your favorite run of books you've ever worked on?
Well, it's a tough choice. I really liked the 3-year run that I did with Doug Minch and Kelly Jones on Batman. But being a Captain America fan, I really liked the first real long run I had with various writers. I know that DeMatteis wrote some of the Captain Americas that Mike and I did. I believe Grunwald came in as writer for a while. And the Punisher limited series and the graphic novel Return to Big Nothing. That Return to Big Nothing was a really good read, in my opinion. I really like that story. But if I had to choose one, it would be Cap, I suppose. Although that Batman 3-year run was really good too. So yeah, you got me fence sitting. Character-wise, it's always going to be Cap. All right. Speaking of Cap, I think we're going to put the cap on this cap. I'm too witty, Ron. Ron, you're not laughing. Yeah. I need that fake Gerald laugh. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Oh, John, you're too witty. That was a good one.
Get Gerald on here.
We should call him. I should call him and say, hey,
Calm light.
Wake up. Come join. All right. So I think I have another Kappa profile coming up. Let's take a quick review. I think everyone's in here, but okay. So Cap full figure, Storm Shadow, and a Snake Eyes. Let's see. I did a little bit much red pencil on this Storm Shadow, so it's kind of bugging me. I'm going to get rid of this. There we go. I don't know how good that shows up on screen, but
Noah said, I wanted a Snake Eyes.
What's that?
Noah said, I wanted a Snake Eyes.
Well, you did, but you wanted other things too. I have those. See, I always mix Kirk there up with GLHG. He's on the West Coast. For some reason, for the longest time, I always thought that was Kirk. Or wait. Yeah, okay, Noah. I don't know. They're confusicating me, Ron. I like how fast this ink dries too. It's nice. All right. After this one, I'm going to have to draw 3 more. Actually, what? Hey, man, it's only been like an hour and 18 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad, right, Ron?
Nope.
Can I take a stretch now real quick? Just because
Right,
I should.
I'm timing you.
Yeah, just because I should stand up and stretch my legs. And Dr. Kaz will tell you, yes, John, do that. Get that circulation. Pump it up. Keep it. Beat up. Pump and pump. Oh, yeah. Got to bend the knees a little bit. I don't do this enough when I'm just sitting here by myself. I need to remember to stand up.
See, Joe said no breaks. That's what I'm talking about. No breaks, John.
Well, I usually don't. When I was younger, it was easier to sit for longer periods of time. As we age, boy, I tell you, you sit too long, it's hard to get up, right, Ron?
Hey, listen, Noah said he can't afford everything he wants. He spent money on dart frame yesterday, and Kirk equals Noah.
I totally understand. I know exactly what that's like. Indeed. Oh, that felt good to stand up and bounce around a little bit. Especially since didn't get a ton of sleep last night. Got about 5.5 hours. I like 7. 7 seems to be my sweet spot. What? No, was that funny? Or you laughing at something else, Ron?
In my head, comments that are inappropriate for your YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's what your mother told me last night.
That's right, Lloyd. Here,
Workout video.
I'll just put this up when Ron does that. How about that? You like that?
Yes.
I use this when Drew and I stream. All right. Well, we do have a dirty dozen of people watching now, it appears. I think StreamYard is wrong. I went to YouTube there for a second. All right. Dr. Kaz, I could use a... oh, you know what? That's what I meant to... because I don't have somebody here that could, like, do that little tap on my neck and loosen me up. I meant to take a couple of Advil or something before I left the house, and I didn't. Ron's like, okay, just be quiet and work. You're doing good. Right, Ron?
That's right. Lloyd is entertained, so that's all that matters.
That is all that matters. Because, see, I like the name Lloyd. Like I said, probably my favorite songwriter is Lloyd Cole. But he's also a singer and a guitar player, although, he admits himself he's a mediocre guitar player, but his songwriting is extremely clever. I'll tell you who I like, and I think I turned Ron on to him. Everlast. Right, Ron?
Well, yeah. I mean, I remember him from back in the 90s, but
House of Pain.
Yeah, but I only
But as a
started
solo
listening to
artist,
some of it from you.
as a solo artist, I think he really and he's been, I don't know if you kept up with it, he's been premiering some acoustics versions of his songs and stuff. Really, really nice stuff. kind of cool just to see him there in his studio and guitar, just doing his music. Sounds like someone was whistling the Andy Griffith tune. I better hope my mic doesn't pick it up and I get a copyright strike. Wouldn't that be something horrible? Like, your microphone picks up someone in the hallway and you get caught for that.
The Cosmic Comic Book Bcast. Hi, I'm wondering if you ship to Southeast Asia. Wondering if that's possible.
If you pay for it. I mean, I'm not against the shipping. It's most of the time it's the people that where it's going to, they don't want to pay the shipping cost, but that's something I can't control. Now, having said that, I will say this, there are a few people who have used I guess a third-party service. I've shipped stuff to the Philippines and to Singapore with various services where I send them to somewhere in the States and then they get forwarded. I don't know how it works, but apparently it works pretty well. So if you know about anything like that, that's the other thing I can do. But like I said, that's totally on you. I just, you give me an address to ship it to, and I do, and I can't be responsible for anything that might disappear from one of those companies. So I hope that, answers your question. Did he just say Southeast Asia or Singapore? Mm-hmm. Just Southeast Asia. So that's probably the Hong Kong, Singapore, I'm guessing. Thailand, maybe? I'm trying to think.
Well, he says he's based in Borneo, actually. He tried buying stuff on eBay, and the USPS charged an arm and a leg.
That's what I'm saying. It's out of my control. I don't set the rates. And I know some countries it's even dicey for delivery, whether or not you have an honest postal service. The Philippines is notorious for charging people to get their mail. And that's just, that is literally, I know that because my wife is Filipino, and when I would send her stuff, she would have to pay them, even if it's like something nominal, 50 pesos or 100 pesos, just for them to hand her package over that it's nothing government imposed. It's just the postal worker, especially when they see a return address of the U.S. Although I have to admit, there was this one person, I had sent her a package and she had taken a trip, and the lady held it for 3 weeks at the post office, which was a miracle. And I think she said she could hold it, but she would have to charge her a small fee of like 150 pesos, which is about $3. And it was worth it, because otherwise, I mean, she could have just trashed it. She could have done anything she wanted to with it. And nobody would have,
Well, he agrees, and he understands it's not something that you control.
Right.
But it's true. Noah says it's significantly cheaper for most countries to ship mail to the U.S. than for the U.S. to ship to them. Dealt with a guy in the U.K. who didn't understand that.
That's why a lot of people don't ship international. And I just started again to try it because I know there's a lot of fans overseas. But, if it gets held up in customs or something, and, then people start, what are you going to do? And it's like, I can't do anything. I mailed it from here. Once I bring it to my local post office and hand it off to them, and once it leaves the country, unless it's FedEx or something, which I'm sure is more, it is literally, that's it. That's as much as I can do, I got no power over the other stuff whatsoever except my goodwill. Ron, where did you have that? Where was that storm shipped to from you?
Rio.
Oh, only, okay. So that wasn't horrible from Rio, right?
Mm-mm.
And the time wasn't even that long, right? I mean, it came pretty.
It was FedEx, and maybe it was like 4 days, maybe 5.
Right. Okay.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah.
Why?
It just reminded me of something else.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
I'm in trouble.
You sure are.
Blame it on Rio.
Hey, Mario thinks you have a steadier hand than a surgeon. Incredible ink work.
Thank you, Mario. I'll say I have probably as steady a hand as a surgeon, but Ron might be able to say, no, you don't. But he might be able to say, yeah, actually you do. But he hasn't said anything. So
I'm staying out of this fight.
it's not a fight.
No, I know. I'm just messing, man.
What do you
I,
think?
I'll say you're no robot.
Well, yeah. I mean, there is that because they do have that now, right?
Mm-hmm. A Da Vinci. But you do have some good lines.
That's what the girls used to tell me. I missed a Trebek. That's what your mother told me last night. Too late now. Too late for that joke now. I'll tell you, Alex Trebek, boy, Alex Trebek is a trooper, isn't he?
He is.
With that pancreatic cancer he's going through and his real positive attitude. I really appreciate that. That's, man, I think I'd be on the floor curled up in a ball. And that's not to say that maybe Alex hasn't been there, but, you know, he seems to be a brave soul. And you know, you never heard anything bad about Alex, right?
Well, never heard anything either way about Alex.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It seems like, you know, he you never heard anything. He's not out running around, you know, to all these Hollywood parties and stuff. And you want to feel, and I do, you know, there's no reason not to. You want to feel like he's one of the real good guys that I don't know what, but just kind of make you believe that there are some, like you, Ron, some, like you and Dr. Kaz, some real good. Well, I shouldn't single anyone out on my thing, but you guys have been good. You guys have been good to me in my fledgling art career. You guys have kept me on the straight and narrow. You saved me from a life of crime. That's
Well,
funny,
Lloyd,
right?
it is. And Lloyd says his last experience with shipping over pricing, he bought this box of 190 hockey cards from a seller in Montana. It's just he's just north of him in Alberta, but it's easily going to cost him 40 in shipping.
And I believe that. The comic book that Mike Cross won for 300 subs, I just mailed it Wednesday, and it was over 20 something dollars. I can't remember exactly what it was. One comic book. I shipped to Ryan. He's not here. Ryan O'Connor, who lives in Australia, he won one of my free head drawings one night, and that was a little over $5 for me to ship him a free drawing. I'm not complaining because that was, you know, that was part of my giveaway. I'm just saying that's, you know, that's a couple cups of coffee. That's a couple large Dunkin' coffees there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think shipping has, it's always been a sticking point. You look, I agree. You know, like Lloyd, I don't know, like if the the Canadian Amazon, do they do the free ship in Canada? Is there Ron, you might even know if there's some Prime Canada where they get free shipping.
I really don't know.
But I do know there's some businesses, when they work with Amazon, they kind of have to follow. I don't know why some of them don't have to and why some do, but there's been an occasion, just a couple, where I've bought something and it's like, I've never read the fine print, but there's some reason why it's not covered under the Prime shipping thing, and I do have to pay if I want it. Don't ask me why.
Well, Lloyd says he's buying 81 Harley comics from eBay for the wife, and it's going to cost him 60 in shipping to get the comics.
60?
60. He gets free shipping with Canada on Prime.
Oh, okay. But again, we're still paying, and I know we get extra little perks like the movies and music, and so it's not just about the shipping, but it kind of is. You're kind of prepaying for some shipping.
Mm-hmm. The Cosmic Comic Book said that he wanted to buy some Mylar bags with backing boards earlier this year, and he had to back out of the deal when USPS charged him a very large amount that scared him. The postage was too much.
The mailers that I buy from Uline, and I have a warehouse right in Atlanta. I'm in Daytona Beach, so I get if I get my order in, I think it's like 1 day ground, but I can buy 100 mailers for, I forget how much, but the shipping is literally almost the same price. And I'm not going to take a day and drive up and get them, although I could, but that would be a lot more expensive. So we all feel the shipping pain. I think it's worldwide, right, Ron?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Another cat bites the dust. No, that don't sound right. Better not sing that. Actually, I want to put a little furrow brow line here.
Well, next up, we are looking at you having to break out some pencils.
That's right. Yes, I am. And
so you've got Howard the Duck, Carnage, and a Shredder.
Yes. And now I need to blacken this in because I just realized what I did. I made it look like he had a double eye with that eyelid. So, whew, thank God I could get out of that fairly easy. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of make it more of an eyebrow up here underneath his mask.
Geeks, Drinks, and Comics says, good morning, all.
Good morning, geeks. Now, he had something, right?
Yes.
Can you remind me?
I gonna have to look in the email. The list, I don't put their IDs. Maybe he can remind us. Carnage.
Okay. Well, since he's here, maybe I should just do Carnage then. What do you think? I think that's a good idea.
It's a good plan, yeah.
Oh, Pedro's choking down the hallway. I heard him. I should rush down and give him a Heimlich maneuver. All right, see, I'm liking this cap, so I'm beginning to render him a bit more than I normally would. So, gonna stop. Hammer time. Although you had to stop, and that was that song that you sent me, right, Ron?
No. But we were talking about Vanilla Ice.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm glad somebody's got a good memory. Okay, let me see here. Tell you what, I'm gonna have a lot of 6x8s to mail out next week. That's for sure. Indeed, it is. All right. Hey, people are coughing in here. Should I be worried?
Nah, you're 3 feet from them. Close your door.
Okay. No. I love a parade. Carnage. Just did him for Dr. Kaz, but he got the deluxe version.
Lloyd says he'll be back. It's coffee time.
Oh, man. Everyone's making me want coffee now, you know?
AG's here. He says, good morning.
AG, I told you, be on the lookout because he's I believe he's 2 hours behind us.
He said, good morning, John. Good morning, Ron. Good morning, Don. Good morning, Tron. Good morning, AA Ron.
It does all rhyme. Yeah, it does all rhyme. Man, it does all rhyme.
It does. He was on a roll.
He was. I was liking that roll. Was liking that roll. Roll on, roll on. Okay. Okay, Carnage. Carnage. Kind of a, if I remember correctly, in a sense, a reverse. I'm probably wrong. Kind of a reverse Venom in a sense. Teeth are black. Still kind of has the fiery eyes. Keeps the stringy stuff. It was funny. I was talking to Mark Bagley, and he mentioned that when he designed him, he didn't know he was going to have to draw him for 300 something issues, or he would have never done all that. But wasn't he on it for like 300 issues or something?
A lot, yeah. He had a lot in the Amazing Spider-Man and the Ultimate.
Right. Okay. Let's get this Carnage started. Then that'll leave a Howard the Duck and a Shredder.
Right.
Two characters I'm not really known for, which is kind of fun.
Cosmic Comic Books out. He says, thanks for answering his questions. It's almost midnight there.
Oh, okay, Cosmic. Thanks for hanging in. And he got on the maybe list, right? Or not?
I sent my email out and told him to message me.
Okay. I forget if...
Geeks, Drinks, and Comics said he had Mark draw Carnage for him and said he really doesn't like to draw him anymore.
Mark doesn't.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, Lloyd's back. He said it was some good coffee.
Oh, man. I wish somebody could go get me a brew. Nice Dunkin' large, 2 pumps of cream and a hazelnut swirl. Not that I need it, but I mean, I don't need the sugar, but man, I think that's what's the addictive thing is. You know what I need to do, Ron? Go stock my house with good groceries tomorrow. I need to go up to Perrine's and get my salad stuff, my good veggies, and
Back on that diet.
that's right. I think I'll do that.
Well, Geeks Drink says he can't wait to see your shredder you're gonna be doing later.
Is that his or
Yeah.
he just? Is it?
Yep. So it will probably be next opposed to later.
Did he get two? Is this Carnage his also? I think it is, right?
I could be mistaken. Let me look on the list. Carnage is his. No. Shredder.
No. Carnage is I forget who now.
Steven.
Steven?
Yeah, that's him. His is Carnage.
It was so clear last night. Kind of. It was so clear until Ron fell asleep.
The spreadsheet doesn't have anywhere on it for YouTube nicknames.
Yeah, well that was just for I wasn't really keeping track of these because I wasn't taking that many.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't mind that you added it on there. You could use that section over there where it says notes. If you know. Not that you have to, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Mr. Organized. It could be used for that.
AG made some iced coffee just now that he steeped overnight.
That's the way you got to do it. I like a good iced coffee.
You know who doesn't? Lloyd. He says, yuck, coffee should not be served cold.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I haven't had an iced coffee in a long time. And I do admit, when I first heard about it, I was like, I'm not sure. But then I had the first sip and I was like, hey, that's pretty good. The reason I started drinking, and I've told this story before, iced coffee more often was at conventions, is because I don't mind if it gets a little watered down, but when hot coffee gets like to a certain temperature, I'm throwing it out. I can't drink it. It just tastes nasty. But I do know people that will keep that hot coffee and it'll be room temperature or less, and they're still sipping on it. And that ain't me.
Well, Geeks Drinks is heading out. He's got to take his son to skate class, but he's
All right.
going to try to hop on if it's still going later. Metarog is here. He says, good morning.
Hey, Metarog. Congratulations on your 1,000 plus and your celebration, and thanks for dropping by. There's a man that hit over 1,000, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
And I see our friend Superpower Reviews, Kevin, just reached 1,000 subscribers, I think last week or maybe the week before, but had his little celebrate. Those of you in the room, if you're not subscribed to Metarog's channel, you might consider it. He does a very good job in listing a lot of the contests that comic shops and other people are putting on each week. He goes through and explains where they're located at and what's involved and what the giveaways are. You might want to consider that, Ron.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a good service to know in one place where all the comic giveaways are.
Says it only took him 2+ years.
That's what I've been hearing is, to get to 1,000 is, I'm into my second year. I got the 400 pretty quick, but it's slowed down. So we'll see. We'll see when I get to 5. You hear that, Ron?
I did. Sounds like you're under attack.
I am by the Lilliputians.
Well, Metarog says thank you. He can't wait for your 400 video sub sketch giveaway, which is coming up next week.
Yes.
Noah said it sounds like this video may be evidence in a court case soon.
Because of that. Yeah. Took me a minute to get that. Just that, well, not a minute, but a few seconds. I was like, and then the little girl screamed again, and it's a happy scream, though. She's happy. She's jumping down the steps and counting them. I remember when Jacob used to always want to go like the last 2 steps onto the floor. He wanted to jump off, and then he'd be like but you got to hold my hand. And then one day I said, no, you can do it without it. And he did. And he was all excited. He wanted to do it again and then again and again and again. Now he's over it. He's too old. He outgrew that pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, Jacob, get over the fear. Just do it, man. Of course, I would have been scared. If someone tells me go on a roller coaster, I don't go. I don't care what they tell me to get over the fear or not. I'm like, no, I'm gonna take a good pass on that. All right. Well, I hear a few bikes outside, but they're in the distance, so I know they're probably going over one of the bridges there. But I can hear them. I don't know if you all can get an ear on that or not. I think they have to be going right by the building. Actually, that's something, all kidding aside, I need to check to make sure, because they do reserve some motorcycle parking downtown here. And where I park, it's usually past that, but I should just take a quick look and make sure I'm not blocked in or towed. They don't really enforce the parking here year round, but now that it's bike week, they might. Man, I'd hate to go outside and see my car missing. I'd either be, well, it's been towed or it's been stolen. But I think I should do that. After I get these teeth laid in, I'll take a quick jaunt downstairs and see. And Ron can tell y'all, it's just a quick look out the door. It's not going to take me more than 2-3 minutes. Just make sure I'm in a safe zone, that they haven't. Because I also want to be able to get out of here. They may have just boxed me in and go, all right, this guy parked here overnight or something. We'll just cone him in so he can't get out. Yeah, I'm safe. All right, Mario just subscribed to MetaRog. Or should we say MetaRaj? Because I know the name is Roger. I don't know if we're saying it is Rog or it should be Raj.
Raj, that would make sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm going to just take that quick run downstairs and make sure my vehicle is still, where it should be. Mike is going on mute for about 3 minutes. Okay, I'm as safe can be.
Yeah, that took you too long.
Actually, it didn't take me as long as I thought. There's plenty of cars parked down there. You know, they're digging up across the side. All that's going to be replaced with.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're actually going to make some little standalone buildings and stuff, which could be, nice little businesses.
Well, Kaz said he wants to go with Ghost Ride Man, Punish Man, or any Sprayman Art Man pick. So basically, the ball's in your court.
Ghost Ride Man, Punish Man, or any screaming art man pick. And what what was Kaz looking at getting on that? Did he want to go a 9x12 head or?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Dr. Kaz. So put him in the. You can add to his. I think on the spreadsheet, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dr. Kaz is already on there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I added him to the list.
Yeah. But he's on the definite list. He's not messing around with a.
Yeah, he's getting 9x12.
Okay. You must read in the chat or something because I'm not, but.
Yeah, he mentioned it earlier. I'm just
Okay.
waiting to get the name of the piece so I can add it.
Well, just put he trusts me to do a screaming. And you know what? You know what I was talking about the other day? The ghostwriter.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking I would like a nice screaming skull on fire.
Got it.
You could put that.
I did.
I'm not against Ghost Rider. I like drawing skulls. I like drawing the flames. I like the leather jacket. I've never done, and I had the opportunity to do a commission. I think someone gave me a choice of Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I guess he was popular, but it just didn't resonate with me. I guess I'm just the old Ghost Rider guy. At the traditional. Did you follow the Cosmic Ghost Rider, Ron?
No.
Yeah, I thought they were probably just trying to cash in on the whole Thanos thing. You know, everything cosmic, the movies. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
No other reason to to take the ghostwriter and make him a cosmic ghostwriter, except that, hey, maybe this cosmic stuff is selling. I don't know. If anybody has a discussion on it, maybe I'm wrong because I didn't read it. I don't know who wrote it. I just saw a visual and I was just kind of like, I like your other choice better. I like Johnny Blaze. Although they could have still used Johnny Blaze for Cosmic Ghost Rider. Ron, you getting tired?
Nope.
You getting bored?
I am working on your spreadsheet, sir.
Oh, okay. I know how intense you get with that stuff. Did you see how I merged those cells together this morning?
I did not.
Like with the names and stuff that are longer? You want me to tell you how to do it real quick?
Nah, later. Okay, I see.
You just shift click and then go up to format, merge cells horizontal. Unless there's a faster way, I don't know. That's one thing I don't like about the Google spreadsheets is they seem like, but when you were typing it in, how did you get it to flow? Usually it wraps around. Unless I had something set I didn't know, like it would automatically.
I was just using some of my magic.
Well, I know you know a little bit about spreadsheets yourself. Right?
Well, barely.
I thought you kind of had to use them in a, well, I guess not.
Nah. So Metaraj says, it's a thrill to see you work. You inked one of the best covers he's ever seen, Cap 286. Heart eyes.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That one gets a lot of love. I think the favorite one that I did with Zek is Cap Annual 8 with Wolverine on it.
Noah thinks a screaming Ghost Rider with a speech balloon saying penance.
Saying what?
Penance.
Pence? Like Michael Pence?
No, penance.
Oh, penance.
AG seconds the Ghost Rider. Noah hated Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's the Punisher as Ghost Rider, which is made ridiculous by the characters being silly. Frank Castle is not silly. He's a man's man.
Yeah, that's. I remember someone was telling me the storyline, and it just seemed like a weird mashup to, again, try to get cells of some sort.
I have to take a call.
Okay. I did see somebody, and maybe it was a cover, do a Cosmic Ghost Rider, and visually, the person that did the one cover that I liked, because I saw some other ones, I was just kind of confused by it. It seemed like there was too much going on, which if you're just doing the cover is sometimes okay, but when you're doing the inside and you don't think about having to draw it monthly, it's a bit much. So what did you all feel about his look? Like I said, to me, it just didn't work on a lot of levels. The one drawing I saw was nice, I gotta say. Maybe it was more than one, but I don't know. Cap Annual 8 is terrific too, but I'm a huge Luther Manning fan. Uh-huh. So 286 strikes a chord with me. Gotcha. Yeah, you would think that they would bring a Deathlok comic out. Give it a try. Why not? They've tried other things. It's not going to lose any more money than any of the other comics. Or at least I don't think it would be. And Mike and I, we've done over the last couple of years, we've probably done about 4 Deathlok commissions, headshots at conventions, and they're always a bit of a challenge. He is a little, he's got his details, but it's always nice to know that was just a storyline that, excuse me, it's like they try to manufacture stuff these days. They tell you how great something's going to be. And back then it was just like you're doing your job and the fans let you know what a good job. A short story on that is, unlike today's comics where they're going to be trade paperbacked, that just, when we turned in the cover, we didn't know they were going to make it a store. They had a small color version of the cover and they had a bigger black and white one, which that was something special. When a company actually did that, they pushed it a little bit, and it was something that we didn't know about. The only way we would know about it is when they did the promo posters, they would send you some, like I might get, I don't know, 5 or 6 mailed to me. And if I remember correctly, they were always rolled. I mean, not rolled. I'm sorry. They were flat. So I would just get an envelope and they would be in there and I'd be like, hey, this is cool. And then I would see it at my local comic shop. So, it was kind of nice to just have your monthly book company takes note of it and go, hey, let's hype this a bit. And like I said, that book, they just pulled 3 issues out of the middle of our Captain America run that I guess performed well, or they thought was worthy of a collection, and did it. Nowadays, everything's all pre-planned. They know what they're going to collect, practically everything they put out, and they know when they're going to collect it, and the fans know it. So it's not really a surprise. But you probably know that, Raj. In fact, most people probably know that. Therefore, it doesn't, in my eyes, become that special. I had the same thing, Noah. I used to keep my promo posters, and if I saw one at a comic shop, sometimes I would ask, hey, what are you going to do with that? But by the time they were done, back then you didn't know. The sunlight's hitting them, they get faded. So, but yeah, it was cool. Very, very fun, different time. Back in the Bronze Age. I am very happy that I worked in that era. I really truly consider it to be the last stage of what I would call fun and just good reading comics. I wish there was some magic way to make that happen again, but There's not. It just has to happen. And at $5 a book, I don't see that happening either. It's a shame.
Well, AG is a big Deathlock fan too. That's why he had you do one for him. Great
Yeah.
character design.
Yeah, that's right. I was just saying, Ron, I don't know if you heard me or not,
I did.
that I think, now would probably be a good time to do a Deathlock comic. With the diversity and stuff. I mean, you talk about a diverse character. Way ahead of his time, it seems.
Yeah.
I do see I do see a semblance of, or a resemblance, I guess, would maybe be proper. AG kind of just brought it. He likes Spawn and he likes Deathlock, and they were both African Americans who I'm a little rusty on both of them because it's been a while, but they both got burned or something on their skin. I know Spawn did. So I could just see, I could see that book coming out and they don't have to force it, I think it would sell. I think they do a 4-issue Deathlike series and find out.
That is a good idea.
I think it would be. I think it would be a natural.
Well, Noah says he loves to collect promo posters.
I was just gonna say I was talking about the promo poster that came out for it. It's like that wasn't planned. That was just we turned the cover in, and I think with the storyline, Marvel decided, we're going to give this a little push because they had faith in it. It's not like nowadays where they try to manufacture stuff. Something would come in and they would be like, maybe this needs a little push just because we think it's going to be good anyway. So let's try to get some new readers. And I believe it worked.
Well, Metaraj says it's amazing how a good story and art have longevity. There was an organic nature to trades and posters.
Yes, he's exactly spot on. Now I think we can all raise our hands and just say, I'll wait for the trade paperback because we know it's coming.
Well, Deathlock has a decaying body due to being dead.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't quite up to the history of the character anymore, but I knew there was something because, you get the face, which is scarred up and stuff. So, but that's right. Man.
Well, we had Metaraj here to thank for that.
Yes, I told you he is a knowledgeable guy. Good channel. And I believe Metaraj, you go through is it Thursdays that you go through the comics? You kind of go through and do a quick what came in, what's available. Go ahead, plug your channel while you're here. Let the people know what you're doing.
He might as well plug it. Noah's been plugging today again.
Well, we know our friend needs a little help too. He must be getting a affiliate fee. Noah, what is your affiliate number for Mr. Jared? so that when we place our orders, he can know that it came from you, and after every 5, you get a free drawing of your own.
Well, Metaraj says, no, I don't do new comics. I do the contest roundup on Thursday.
Okay, I thought you were doing comics too, though. Besides that. But I do like the contest roundup. It's very good. You can learn about channels you weren't aware of that way, and some people are giving out some fun stuff. Noah, I would suggest you get on that channel because I know you like contests. Anybody else? That's interested, please subscribe and enjoy the he does the work for you. He did I got a lot of subscribers from him posting about my 300 subscriber giveaway. That's I found out because my question for the giveaway was, how did you find out about my work? And I would say a good half dozen were like, Metarog.
Well, he says he does special comic related video on Tuesdays, normally on very obscure aspects of comics.
That's good.
Noah wants you to suggest to Gerald he offer him a freebie for the promotional services he's providing on your stream.
I'm gonna let Ron take care of that. But I will suggest that. Why not? You're helping your buddy out.
Well, as Lloyd says, most of the contests are for US only, so he doesn't enter them.
Well, and that has, I'm pretty sure a lot of that is because I think
Shipping.
Yeah, it's a free contest, so they're already giving away something. And I do believe, though, that some of them, mention, if you win the you can enter, but if you're out of the country, shipping will be your responsibility. I could be wrong. Metarog could let us know about that. I think I did hear a few of them when he was going over say that, they are open, but you're responsible for shipping. Which I think that's fair.
Which is true, but at least 3 this week are worldwide.
Nice.
From Metaraj, yeah.
Now, I need a little bit bigger brush.
Now, Metaraj wants to know that this is an experience, but are you visualizing this or using a reference?
I used reference for the basic because I don't draw Carnage all the time, so I looked up what he basically looks like and penciled in the head, but the rest this is just he's got these swirly things around him, so I just scribbled in some lines and now I'm just going for it. So this is just a free-flowing part right now. But actually, this is only the second time I've drawn Carnage, so I have to reference him because I'm not that familiar with him, even though he's not that hard, as I see, from the past two. I still like to pull out, Google him up and just kind of see how other artists have approached his look. Even if I was to draw Deathlock, I would have to probably pull up reference on him just to make sure. Even on one of these, well, what I'm calling quicker sketches, but this one, some of these even quick ones for me go a little slower. I'm just that way. I'm about done with this. I think that'll. The only thing I'm going to add to it is I think a few little thinner swirly things. But yeah, there's very few characters. Captain America, Batman. I draw without reference. Superman, but nothing wrong with pulling up a little reminder of what some of the characters you don't draw all the time or have never drawn look like. So
All right, John. Have you ever seen Grader's Notes live stream here on YouTube? Genome, Metaraj, and two others dissect a comic. They just did Hulk 181.
Boy, I don't think so. They did Hulk 281 or 181? Oh, 181.
Now the question is, were they reviewing a real Hulk 181 or were they using a reprinter online? I doubt they cracked one out of a case.
Ron, they did reprint that in one of the dollar comics or something, right?
Yep.
Marvel First or whatever they call that. Marvel's First.
True Believers.
Yeah, something like that. All right, so that will finish up Carnage.
So now you've got Shredder and Howard the Duck.
Yes, indeed. And before I do that, I'm going to run to the men's room. Take that little break I need. What time have we got? 2:42. Doing fine, I think. Doing better than last night.
Oh, that warm-up. Metaraj actually had both. He had his original 181. Lloyd says he has 2 raw copies of 181.
Nice. Even the raw copies are going for a premium price, aren't they? I mean, even a low grade slabbed one is, it's up there. As far as I know, they're not coming down in price, and I don't think they are. They're still going up. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna finish this water. I will get another big chug-a-lug, a glass full. That's a nice sized glass, right, Ron?
That's right.
Let's see. Does it got the ounces on it anywhere here? I'm believing this is around a 20. That might be a 32. I don't think so. But I think it's bigger than 24. But then they could be a 26. I don't know. All right. Just for fun. I'm just going to do a quick review before I run to the restroom. So we have this cap. We have a Carnage. We have the Webhead Spider-Man being engulfed in the venomous tentacles. Let me get down in my picture area a little bit more. We have the Batman. Come on. We have the Punisher. We have a symbiote Spider-Man. Bane. Iron Man. Another Captain America. Storm Shadow. And Snake Eyes. Somebody, I missed it, but someone said eBay has, I think, a 181 no cover for 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a little insane right there, but you got to think. I mean, that book is fairly rare. If you know, if it doesn't get 1,000 now, maybe in 5 to 10 years, it would. Nice slab copies are what, around 8K, 8 to 10, and I'm talking in the probably 9.6, 9.8. At least that's what I heard.
It's been a while since I've shopped them around.
Right. Yeah, and I see what you wrote about. You'd need one with a cover. I kind of know what you mean. I can always go to Comixology and pay maybe 99 cents for, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to step out a couple minutes. I'll be right back. Ron, if you need to take a break, you could do it.
All right. Thanks.
Unless you're good.
I'm good.
All right. Okay. Oh, that's funny.
Yep, I was clearing out your closet.
It might need cleaning out again. No, I was talking about the wrap. Is that Jared's wrap?
I don't know if that's Jared's rap. Jared's rap is father rap.
Did I have any wrap?
Not really.
Not. No. I had the good stuff. No offense to anyone that likes rap. I don't, like what you want.
There was that Busta Rhymes CD.
He's more reggae. Kind of.
No.
I kind of used it. Yeah, a little bit.
Not at all.
Come on, Busta Rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know who I was thinking of. Shaggy.
Okay, that's
Because
I'll give it to you for Shaggy.
Because I saw. Yeah, I'm trying to. What song was it Busta Rhymes did that I would have bought? What was his real popular?
Oh, I was kidding. There was none in your box.
No, there may have been.
There wasn't.
Okay, so I have a Shredder and a Howard.
Noah says Gerald was working on the yard sale rap, the follow-up to the smash hit Dad rap.
You know what? I like that idea. The yard sale rap. I really do. I think that's where he needs to go. I think that's where he needs
That's
to
where
go.
he needs to go.
Yeah, that didn't sound right.
Well, it's going to be rap with a W.
I like that Noah is now
Calling him Gerald.
Yes, hey Kirk, real quick before I get on this next drawing. I have now, it's like it's in my head. I have to stop and really think to call him Jared. If I'm just having a conversation, it comes out Gerald because I made that mistake once and I laughed about it and joked about it and I called him that. Now it's like it just comes out. You can ask Ron. I'll be like Gerald and I'm stuttering over it trying to say Jared. Call him whatever you want, Father, Rap, Dad. It's all the same. Okay. So let's see. Ron, you have to bounce in an hour, right?
Yeah, probably a little under.
A little longer?
A little under.
You mean they're timely?
Well, they are timely. I'm going to need a bite to eat before that.
Oh, you're not going to need a bite to eat. You can eat while they're...
That's true.
All right, so Shredder, kind of a, as I put it, looks like a, what, not a ninja.
Yes, I need a hall pass. I need a tardy excuse, a note from my parents.
He doesn't have like a ninja mask. He had or headdress. It's well, I guess no. It's more like just a Japanese battle.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. How did it get to be almost 12? Ooh, an hour left on the stream time. Can I wrap this up? Or is one of these going to get cut off? Well, I know it won't be Shredder because I started it. So, gee, I hate to ask you. I thought you'd have that spreadsheet open.
Well, it's open. It's just in another window.
Who does the Shredder go with? And who does the Howard go with? Because it was somebody that got two, right? Both of them got two.
They both did, yeah. Shredder and the
was with the Captain America, right?
And the Cap facing.
And Howard was with the side view Cap.
Cap profile.
That's funny. That's just both Caps.
Metaraj says samurai, which I would lean towards.
That's it. That's what I was. In fact, I think I said that last night before you started snoozing on me when I was looking at reference. I think it was afterwards, and I said, "Let me look at this character," and I said, "Oh, it's kind of like a samurai mask," because you were trying to explain it to me. This is where I need my symmetry tool.
Well, Mike Cross says, geez, you still going?
Yep, still going, Mike. Not a wink of sleep. I've done 500 sketches overnight. Mike knows better than that. Metarog, Mike Cross is the winner of my sketch. The guy, if you're still in the room, he's the one that from beautiful Nova Scotia, Canada. He is the winner of the Symbiote Spider-Man sketch cover Secret Wars book.
Well, he said it's a beauty.
Mike Cross did or Metarog?
Mike.
It is. It was the funniest thing when his name came up. I almost spun the wheel again. But then I said, I can't cheat Mike Cross out, but I've known him for like, what, Mike, since 10 years now? Since 2010? An original Corduroy Mafia member.
He says you could have. He wouldn't have held it against you.
No, I got to be fair. If I can't be fair, then what's the point? You haven't got that yet by any chance, Mike. I mailed it Wednesday, so that would have been some fast Canadian service. But just in case, maybe you did.
Nope, not yet.
It seems like every time I would send something to him, artwork or something, the Canadian Postal Service was going on strike, or they were threatening to strike.
Well, he says going on strike has happened at least twice.
Recently, or
I think for him, and packaging
Oh.
get delayed.
Okay. You know, if I could draw Donald Duck from memory, I could probably just do Howard and put a little hat on him and a cigar, right? I do believe Disney. I think that's why the new Howard looks so different. I think, but you know, now Disney owns Marvel, but I think back in the day there was a lawsuit.
Well, John, have you ever drawn Grendel?
No, I haven't. But he's just a guy in a black shirt, right? Or no, wait, he puts a mask on and he fights with a stick. But either way, no, I haven't. Why would Mike Cross ask me if I ever drew Grindel? Oh, that was ALD. I was just joking. I was trying to get the Mike Cross. I was trying to get Ron to tell me who asked. Ron?
Yeah, and I'm trying to make sense of what you just said.
I thought you tapped out again. Trying to remember. Grindel, Black Mask, black t-shirt and jeans. Kevin Matchstick, right? Ron's busy reading something.
Him reading who this Grendel is.
The only reason I know it's Kevin Matchstick is because a friend of ours used to wear the maid shirt and pull his hair back and wear the jeans. Mike Cross knows who he is. And he said he wasn't cosplaying, but we know better than that now. He was indeed. Mike Cross, you know the James, right? I believe you've met him. Haven't seen Mr. Genome in a while. Playing a game of chess against him, but he hasn't dropped into a stream. Grindel wears the mask with almost venom-like white eyes. That's it. Mage and Grindel. Mage. That's what it was. Okay, so...
Now, Mage looks like black t-shirt with a Shazam kind of lightning bolt on it.
Yes. But they were both created by Matt Wagner, right? Or at least I thought they were.
Yes, Matt Wagner did both. Mage's appearance was based on Matt Wagner himself, Noah said.
Yes, I do believe that to be true, and that's, like I said, our friend James would wear the T-shirt with the lightning bolt. That was Mage, right? Black T-shirt. He had the black T-shirt, lightning bolt, and jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Long hair pulled back. So I can vouch that that's right. Noah, it's about time for what do I want to call it? A Jared ad. So go ahead and do your thing. He got it at Jared. You know, the jewelry store thing?
Yeah.
He went to Jared. I think, what is it? He went to Jared's?
Yes. He went to Jared's.
I want Noah to roll it off so we can tell Jared, give the man a.
Where did you get that fabulous book page? He went to Jared.
He went to Jared's. Come on, Noah. You got to do it, man. If you want me to ask Jared, where's your. I'm letting you have the floor to type it in. Where did he get that Harry Potter sketch page?
Well, he went to Jared.
He went to Jared. He went to the yard sale artist. Which you can find his channel at The Yard Sale Artist if you search YouTube. Our friend Jared is temporarily out of town visiting Joe November.
Temporarily out of town. Isn't he always out of town? From
Yeah.
us?
Yes. Well, yes, you're right. Yeah, he's a little bit away.
Maybe he'll be here in October.
I think he is. Did you hear that?
Did he get the invite?
I think Tom told me something about he was gonna, or no, I think I heard Jared say he was coming. I don't know what. Hey, that's what I said. Tom lets me know stuff, and then he wants me to ask other people, and then in the meantime, he's filling it up with, people I don't know about. So I kind of I'm not sure what to do sometimes.
Well, Metaraj has to get going. It's been fabulous being here. He'll try to catch you to the next stream.
Thank you, Meta. I appreciate you dropping by and all your support. Keep rocking, man. He's a good guy, doing a good service there too. Did Noah ever do the Jared ad yet?
He did.
All right.
Now, Noah specifically said from a busted book. Apparently, that's become a thing that they have to clarify.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to break the law on that. The book police will come get you. The only thing I can assume is, and Noah can probably confirm or deny, is somebody probably did ask Jared about drawing on perfectly good books or something, or taking pages out. And
I
so
have to assume that because it's just recently he started to have to show the picture of the books and saying they were already damaged. If he were in the chat, we could ask him.
who's that?
Jared.
You can call him.
That's all right. He's probably busy.
See, that's what I'm feeling. He's out with his buddy in San Antonio. He doesn't have time for none of this nonsense while he's laying down new hot tracks. But did Noah ever confirm that we were right, that somebody maybe went off on him, like? And believe me, I know it could happen. Or it could be a self-imposed thing for Jared. Keeping with the yard sale mantra. Or would that be mantra? I guess it just depends. Depends on your accent.
Well, I just shot him a text.
To ask him if he wanted to come on, or
No. I said, listen, Beta son.
That's funny. Beta brother.
Beta.
Did you ask him if somebody had given him bad heat?
I said, John really, really, really wants to know. No. So AG says, I never noticed, but Shredder's helmet is a bit like Nova's design, isn't it?
I noticed that when I was drawing it, yeah, because I actually have a Nova for a pre-show commission, a classic Nova, for Heroes Con. So yeah, when I was doing it, I was like, hey, kind of got the Nova thing going on.
Now, Lloyd says, and I'm assuming he's talking about Jared, he's been posting art on Twitter recently.
Yeah.
And Noah did say folks do not want you to vandalize books, so it happened. Which is what I expected.
That's why I asked, because every time he posts it, he refers back to that tweet. He
remember they're damaged.
Yeah, he tags that one tweet that he did, and it's like a response to it, and you go to look at it, and it's like, oh, it's like, here's his collection of damaged books. I'm gonna go damage a few so he can have more.
Get some new books.
Yeah, he can get some new books.
Whoops, it's broken. Half off Barnes and Noble.
It's the way you do it. I'll say, Jared, what do you need? Go buy a book, and then I'll snap the spine on it. And hey, Jared, look. I guess you can draw sketch covers on it now because it's we should do that. We should ask him, what do you need? What do you get a lot of requests for?
He says it is about once a month he gets something along the lines of, love the art, but I couldn't do that to those books. He got tired of explaining that they're already damaged all the time, so he just starts posting it with everyone. He still gets concerned messages occasionally.
That's too weird. You know, I'm using paper that's from trees that they weren't dead until they killed them to mill them for paper. However, I will disclaim this. The trees were grown to make paper out of. Does that help?
Sure.
Well, I mean, that's what they were, you know, it's like cattle that were made, you know, that were raised to be eaten. They weren't raised for any other purpose except for when I want a nice big steak. I know, I sound like the insensitive guy.
No, that's okay. I like a nice big steak.
Yeah. And those cattle they're raised for that.
Well, ALD says, can I request a page from a certain genre? Romance specifically. Ask for a friend. Yes, you can. He will take your request. He will make something happen.
So did we get a sale for Jared from ALD? Or was he just joking about the romance thing?
Well, I think he's joking about the romance, but
okay.
No.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm asking, because I don't think he has any romance books. Well, I'm surprised that Beta Son got back to you so fast.
Well, that is because he's a very responsive, good guy.
That's true. And since we're pimping his while he's on his vacay.
Slacking.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is he's doing. Now, if he's laying down new tricks, yeah, boy, that was a tongue twister.
Oh.
He's laying down new tracks for that follow-up. Now, you heard it here first. If it comes out, you can say, you know, John, you were right. That Pee Wee Herman thing was just a cover, so to speak.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Tricks are for kids. But it was kind of funny. I even got a laugh out of it. What's my time looking like, Ron?
You're at 12:27.
Wow. Okay, so looks like I'll get this one done. The stream will end, and I will do Howard off stream because I'm not going to start up again for like, you know, maybe an hour stream, and that will be the last one. And I will start to say thank you all now because it could just end on me. I mean, I'll start sketching Howard out if I have that time, but Ron's got to go. Monday, I'm gonna hook up with Drew again. I'm gonna have to see if he's ready to go. That's always exciting. We now know Drew has no spleen. I did not know that before earlier this week.
We also know in about 10 years he's going to have the worst knees in the business.
But we know he's a happy, fun guy.
Who can take a fall from 2 stories up.
That's right, and only hurt his jaw. Drew's a funny guy. I love listening to him. He tells a good story.
Yes, he does.
You know what I like? I really like his stories about the restaurant business. And I have to say, he doesn't give up what restaurant it was. That's kind of a good thing. Good thing, bad thing. I think it's one that I don't think it's a chain, do you? Or do you have a feeling it could have been a chain?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's the way he's done it is so vague. And what they've offered, some of the food he talks about, I think it was more of a one-off restaurant, like a family owned, or you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, but that one story he said they all came in like right before close. I don't think a family restaurant necessarily would have done those things.
I don't know. It's a mystery. I know he doesn't. He's said he's not gonna. And maybe he still lives around where well, maybe it's the restaurant's still there where where he's at. So,
a town with only one restaurant.
Well, maybe it's a popular restaurant, and he's doing the right thing.
Absolutely. Hey, geeks, and wow, that looks awesome. He said. AG says, really digging that shredder, really sharp.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. If we could get a book sketch commission for Jared.
It was done. ALD said, Noah, you made a sale. Just message Jared.
All right. ALD, I hope that you mentioned that it was his friend Noah, which is Kirk.
Wasn't he also calling himself LFS?
Yes. That's his convention. Well, no, he says it online too, but usually on Twitter. Do you remember what it stands for? I'm not going to out it. I mean, it's up to him if he wants to. It's nothing.
Cat said in between patients.
Oh, okay.
Just said, nice Darth Vader.
Yeah, right. I could kind of see that too. Man, Kaz, I could use that jackhammer on the back of my shoulder and stuff you got there. That sounds like a wrestling move. Kaz, I could use I could use a jackhammer.
Well, that is a wrestling move.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It sounded more like a wrestling move than anything. Actually, I bet my neck is all messed up. I bet Kaz could spend days adjusting it and still months actually. Probably take a long time before it would stay in place. Although I don't have pain, it's just, you get that feeling like, I need it to feel better in the morning when I wake up. Of course, I could just be my old age stiffness. I should have asked Mike Zeck, did he want to come on? But I know the answer to that. I love that. Did ALD ever say that he let Jared know that it was on my stream and that Noah was the salesman? I think he should. You could write him back.
I think Jared will probably figure it out.
Nah, he's thinking that store is just bringing those things in. We gotta pimp a little bit for him, and pimping ain't easy. What did you get in ALD? If we can ask, if you want to share. Or not.
Sorry.
I don't know. Sometimes it just takes people a long time. Maybe they're not around to type or something.
Well, Noah said Zach was one of the first creators he ever got an autograph from. He bought a black and white copy of the Cap Annual 8 from him. He still needs to get you to autograph it.
A black and white copy of, you mean a print or?
A Xerox copy.
Yeah, that was back in the day where we were just selling Xeroxes for $1. but they were made on our own Xerox machines. Okay. I think that's going to do it for Shredder.
Looks
I
good.
dig it. Yeah. It's my first Shredder that I can remember. Oh, okay. Back's getting a little tight.
All right.
Let me take a minute here. All right, so Howard the Duck, eh? Howard the Duck. We'll go to images, and then there should be comic. Of course, it's all the new Howard original. There we go. There's that nice Brian Boland cover.
Noah said he saw a commercial for a fancy chair last night with adjustable lumbar support and thought if he was rich, he'd buy one for you.
Well, I appreciate that. I actually had a Herman Miller Aron chair, which was like $1,000 chair with like a 12-year guarantee on it. And truthfully, I didn't care for it. It started to fall apart. And you could take it back and they would repair it and stuff, but all right. I found some good Howard reference. Like I said, he's kind of like well, Donald gets mad too. So I was going to say he's kind of like a mean Howard the Duck, but Donald's that crotchety duck. I really, the ink that comes in these things is so really nice and dense. It's supposed to be waterproof, but I haven't tried it yet. Although I've got this little pad of paper, this little piece of paper I've been dabbing it, and it's kind of silly to, it kind of keeps a good point anyway, but I wonder how much time I got. 10, 15 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too much into Howard. Maybe I should just use this time to do this test and then say goodbye and finish Howard later today or early tomorrow. Let's test the stability of this ink, because I'll be very curious. When you really want it wet. Beauty. Now let's see if it's going to move any. That ink is staying put. Look at that. Nothing.
Mhm.
All right, more water. I mean, eventually it lifts off when you get like that much. It's beginning to run because the water's running down. So yeah, but overall, nice. You I don't know if you can pick up some of the gray, light gray, but you know, just to go over it, I I think that's a winner there. I think I could call it waterproof and feel like I'm not misleading. However, I know I could put my own ink in it that is 100% waterproof, and I'll have to get one of those little syringe things. Wonder how messy that gets. I'd have to unscrew this, and then there's where it pops in, there's a little hole that you can just fill the ink in. All right. Well, I think due to time constraints, we're going to call it. I want to say thank you to everybody who participated either in getting a sketch or just supported by hanging out with us. I do appreciate it very much. I think the only one I have left to do is Howard, so that will be done. Maybe I'll do it on a stream tomorrow. I do have to bring my wife to work, so although that's kind of early. That would be like an 8:30 or 9 o'clock stream. Probably nobody would show up. And I'm not sure I'll be back down this way again today because once you get home during bike week, when it gets busy out, you don't really want to get in the traffic if you don't have to. You know, I thought about that last night at Ron after saying about, hey, why don't you just come here? Coming down 40, you might have been.
Oh, I thought about that too. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you could have been in some long motorcycle convoys that you couldn't have got around. Well, you probably could have, but who knows? You get like 30 bikes riding two abreast. You're going to have to travel some and at a high rate of speed, and there could be another car coming that you don't see. So yes, thank you everybody. If you liked it, appreciate a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please consider it. I don't know, have we gained, have we lost? I'm going to take a peek. Looks like we were at 411 yesterday. We're still at we're at 410. I just refreshed. We're still at 410, so we haven't lost. I will say this, those of you that are interested in a higher end commission from me, Ron has a price sheet. He can help you out with that. So it's kind of a start commission list, where it's like the basic stuff. If you want something that's not offered on there, you could always say, well, what about this? And Ron would get in touch with me and we could discuss it. So if you do want to receive the commission, the latest up to date that I just updated this morning, and like I said, there's really not much of an update, but send Ron an email at ron@johnbeattyart.com and he will send that out to you, and he'll get in touch with me if there's any questions or if you want anything. We'll get it set up. We got a spreadsheet. We got timelines. We're doing it the right way. Thank you, Dr. Kaz. As always, it's a pleasure, and I hope to see you. If indeed that, I'm pretty sure Dragon Con's going to come through, so hope to see you up there in the Atlanta area around this. When is that? Summerish time? That's in June?
September.
September. So right at the end of, well, kind of going into spring. Huh?
September 4 through 7.
Okay. So that sounds good. Sounds like a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, I think I've covered anything. Ron, did I miss any news?
No.
Thank you, Lloyd. Boy, Lloyd's been watching the whole time on his phone. Good deal. All right, so I'm going to call it. Noah, get on Jared about your affiliate link. That's one. Maybe after every 3, you could say, could I have a complimentary one? Maybe 5. What? 5 would be about right. Might be a lot of work, but you're out there helping your butt out. And I appreciate all the people that help me out. So everybody have a good Saturday. Be careful, and we will see you next time. Until then, see ya.